Hey, good afternoon, since I'm in Italy. Good morning, everybody in the United States, and good evening for those of you connecting from the other side of the world. I'm here in Italy. I'm in Grassi. You can see from the background. It's not the same one that I usually have behind me. And typically it's Maria Vittoria that is introducing me. We sort of shuffle a few things around. And now I just want to make the introduction because it's the first time I don't know much of what's going on. So I'm going to be a spectator just like you. I literally made it here like half an hour ago. I didn't came straight from the United States. I actually arrived last night. I stayed in a town about a couple of hours away. It was supposed to be rainy and cloudy and everything, and it's been a beautiful, beautiful day. Everything is great. So excited to be here. And I got a few words about the webinar. I'm trying to explain what I understood, but Maria Vittoria will will definitely explain a little bit better how this is going to unfold. The idea, instead of telling you what Palladio did, we are basically going to walk you inside one of the Palladio Villa. I see on the screen Francesco that is reaching the villa, which is on the other side of the street. It's sort of on the other side. It's kind of a walking distance from the offices here. And Giacomo, I believe, is sitting on the villa somewhere there. That being said, I will leave it to Maria Vittoria to explain a little bit better the details, and maybe I'll wrap up at the end and I will tell you what they told me about production, which I'm excited to go see after we do this. So, looking forward, Maria Vittoria, take over, and I'm going to enjoy the show this time.
Thank you, Giorgio. Thank you for your introduction. Welcome to everybody. So as Giorgio said, thanks for coming again here. It's really nice to see a lot of people here, and I hope that it will be a special edition, this one. It's something different from the standard one. We're happy to have you, to have Giorgio here this time. It's the first time that we can have, somebody from overseas after COVID. So we really hope this is just the first and not the last person. But anyway, it's a nice way to come back, to go back to the pre-existing, just say, world. It's always nice. And of course, I will be happy to welcome you anytime in our showroom, whenever you want. So, as George was saying, today we are bringing you to a very special place. It's a special experience, and we hope you will spend some quality time in something that is new for you. We promised a journey in a real Venetian villa, and this is where we are leading you today. As you might remember, at the end of all our webinar, we have been talking a little bit about this renovation project. We find it really, really interesting for us, and it's a Villa Barbaran. We have reserved a few slides, again, after every webinar, just to introduce you to this part of our project, of the way we're doing the work. As you might remember, we're located in Nanto. It's a small town that is close to Venice. And this building, this Venetian villa, is the oldest in the area. And it cherishes memories of an ancient time. It was built in the 12th century, but its most interesting time was surely during the period of Palladio. Pietra knows the importance of giving back to the community, and this is the reason why this renovation is our contribution to the next generation. I mean, we are a family, we all have a family around, and we feel this is our responsibility to leave the world a little bit better than what we have found it. And this is the project we have embraced. So today, we really hope you can join us in this project. We want to share it with you, and it's not easy for you to be here. So that's why we have decided to open this webinar with a brief introduction with a video that we have just realized a few weeks ago. So Marina, if you want, please go ahead and start the video that we have prepared. I hope you can enjoy it.
Hi everyone, just a minute, I'm gonna share my screen so you can watch this beautiful video together. Okay, just a minute.
Siamo nel periodo della grande diffusione delle ville venete in tutto il territorio, con gli interventi di Palladio. Siamo in un panorama di altissimo livello artistico ed esecutivo.
Un territorio che diventa paesaggio palladiano, perché noi sappiamo che Palladio non è che fa solo la villa, poi ci fa il filare, poi ci mette le barchesse, poi cioè è un territorio che viene, come dire, disegnato da Palladio. Questa villa ha molti strati, nel Medioevo e avanti, è stata un lazzaretto, è stata una roba del frate, non so, è tutto un affastellamento funzionale che fa di questa villa anche un unicum sull'architettura che si costruisce su se stessa, no?
Gli interventi che sono previsti sono interventi di miglioramento statico, di miglioramento sismico, ma soprattutto di restauro conservativo.
Abbiamo pensato, ecco, di recuperare tutto lo spazio, diciamo, che c'è della villa e nel pian terreno un grande spazio ad uso collettivo proprio per la Grassipietre, quindi uno spazio dove si possono fare degli eventi, dove si potranno fare, diciamo, anche delle mostre temporanee, mentre ai piani superiori l'idea è quella di realizzare delle residenze e poi l'ultima l'idea di recupero di tutto il brolo della villa, quindi rifare delle piantumazioni di viti, piantare alcune piante, valorizzare proprio la campagna. Infatti io dico sempre che Andrea Palladio è il primo nostro ambasciatore nel mondo, perché la cultura che ha portato Palladio, il Rinascimento, la cultura, ecco, che continua a portare, diffonde sempre l'uso della pietra. Prepareremo, diciamo, dei mattoncini in pietra di Nanto con il logo Barbaran, in modo tale da avere, diciamo, a tutti quelli che contribuiscono un piccolo pezzo di pietra, un piccolo pezzo di territorio e un piccolo pezzo, diciamo, di architettura. E per questo, ecco, chiedo anche a voi di aiutarci, chiedo anche a voi in un certo senso di contribuire a questa nostra diciamo, volontà, a questa nostra causa, no? Per cercare di valorizzare questo bene.
So thank you, Marina, for sharing this video. I hope that you were able at least to understand a little bit of what we have to do. It's an enormous project. It's something that, I mean, if I had to do that alone, it would be, I mean, it's crazy sometimes, you know, but we don't do that for money. We don't do that. We do that because we feel it's important. It's something that goes beyond our company. Nobody obliges us, but, you know, this house is here. We have, it's our responsibility. And actually, the person who had the first idea to do that and really cares about the project is not just me, it's my brother. It's Francesco Grassi, he's the CEO of Grassi Pietre. And just since today, as Giorgio was saying, we were thinking about having a bad weather. So, you know, that would be quite difficult for us to show you directly the villa. We made yesterday another small video, all in English this time, so maybe it's easier for you also to understand that. Again, Marina, if you can just possibly put out the next video so that we can show them inside also the villa, would be nice. If you help me with that one.
Francesco Grassi, who is going to...
Marina, it's not working.
Yeah, just a minute. I'm going to share the screen.
Hello to everybody and good morning. I'm Francesco Grassi. I'm the brother of Maria Vittoria, and I will lead you in this journey to show the beauty of Villa Barbaran, to discover an ancient mansion, an ancient villa, an ancient house. And on the back of me, there is the main facade of the building. And now I will show you all the particular things of these old buildings. We are in Nanto, a small village not so far from Venice, not so far from Padua and from Verona. And you can see in my back Villa Barbaran with a special C shape, and the main facade is looking to east, is looking to Padua, is looking to Venice, is looking to the sun. And all around me, you can see the beauty of the countryside. We are at the foot of Berici Hills. You can see the amenity of the area. You can see the beauty of the grass. You can see the beauty of all the space and the environment that we have all around here. It's a special place that we want to save and we want to preserve for the future. A characterizing element in Villa Barbaran is the use of Vicenza stone in its Giallo di Nanto declination. Vicenza stone is a material particularly appreciated for its purity and resistance, used in the Renaissance by Donatello and especially by Andrea Palladio in all his Venetian villas. Here I will show you some beautiful family crests that there are on the main facade in all the arches. You can see the beauty and the way it has been carved in the past, these elements, with a lot of elements like animals and other figures that represent all the family that was involved in the project and also all the family that was known in the period of 16th century in our area. One element in particular can tell us more about the villa. This emblem reveals the presence of a religious order, probably friars, committed to serve in a Lazaretto. You can see the special word inlaid on the stone. Dulce lignum, dulce signum, dulce refrigerium. Another step is dedicated to the fresco. And now I will show you the beauty of the internal part of Villa Barbaran. Here we are in the main room behind the arches, near the entrance. You can see the beauty of Nanto stone inside of the house. Also, you can see the corner of the old houses, because Villa Barbaran was built probably in 12th century, and then in the years it has been built again, rebuilt with a lot of layers, a lot of houses that create this villa, not with a full project, but with different construction, one upon the others. Here we are in the old kitchen. You can see that also in this area there was a lot of frescoes and other special things written on all the stone. Probably they was calling something that Petrarca wall. Villa Barbaran was embellished in the second half of the 16th century by the frescoes created by the famous Veronese painter Domenico Brusasorci, decorated also of Palazzo Chiericati in Vicenza, a building designed by Andrea Palladio in 1550. Now I'm showing you all these beautiful areas. The wall painting of the Villa of Nanto portrayed pagan subjects, including a cycle of cupids. There are also many landscapes portrayed on the walls of the building, along with figurative and mythological scenes, cherubims, and also little angels. Here you can see the second room where there are a lot of paintings and a lot of decorative elements on the wall. Here we are in another small rooms full of frescoes. Here you can see there are different layers of fresco, probably the oldest one of 15 centuries and the other by 17 or 18 centuries. Now I want to show you the upper floor. Here you can see the main staircase near the well. That was the corner of the house. Now you can see the beauty of this staircase made all in Nanto stone. And also you will see the beauty of upper floor. You can see the way they built the house, the rock, the strongest stones. But of course, in the past, all the stone was a little ruined because probably this first floor was never used as a residential area, but only used for the conservation of the corn. And so for many years, from the roof, it arrives water because the villa was unused for a lot of years. So we made the restoration of all the roof with new beams and with some steel to increase the strength. You can see the beauty of these big rooms. And our aim also is to use again this space, to use again this room with cultural things. You can see we are under the roof with big beams, but you can see also the cracks that still remain on the wall. Because as I told you, the Villa Barbaran was built in a different period. And so you can see how it has been built and the connection of the old walls. We are going down from this main staircase. And so you can see again the big facade of stone that has been reinforced with some brick wall. But of course, our aim is to reinforce all the structure and all the roof and take off this ugly brick. So all the arches will be so nice and so visible again. We are now in the back garden. This place is historically called Brolo, and it indicates the surrounding typical green area around the Venetian villa. This was both orchard and back garden. Our goal is to plant a variety of trees, mostly of uncommon or forgotten species, like mulberries, quinches, medlars, or jujubas.
Thank you, Marina. Thank you for your help. Listen, right now, you are basically the first one to enter the villa. It's something that will be open to the public in the future, and we all to welcome you here. And that would be, I mean, it's wonderful to put your hand in such an ancient construction. It's something which is unbelievable. It's tough, it's complicated, and it's long. Right now, since the weather is good, we have Francesco just on the villa. So if you want Francesco to just tell a pair of words about what we are doing and what's the next step there, you should. Okay, fantastic. Francesco, you lead it.
Hello to everybody. Thanks for the opportunity and thanks to be here to listen us. I'm very glad to meet you in this special point in Villa Barbaran. I'm in the entrance, so welcome. In the back of me, you can see the wall, you can see the old beams, etc. And as I show you in the video that you've just seen, our aim is to try to save this special house that belongs to our family for many years, but it was very difficult for us to restore. So now we decided to try to restore it. And for this reason, we have the contractor here that is working. Our men from Grassi Pietra are working on the restoration of the stones. We will do the mortar all around the old walls, respecting the surface, etc. So our aim is to open to the public this place as a sort of a museum of Vicenza stone, because there is no other place like this one to show the beauty of the material and to show also to all the historical main elements that are in our area, no? Like the family crest. And for this reason, I want to try to ask you the help to help us to join in this adventure. Okay, I'm here. So if you want, me and Giacomo are here. So if you want, we can show you some particular detail, maybe of the chapitol, or maybe I can explain you something about the old entrance, or just a few pictures of some detail of all the fresco. And as I told you, maybe more than 50% of the fresco are under the plaster. So we need the restoration to be done carefully, to take off a small piece of plaster and to see what is behind. So it takes probably a few years to finish all this job. Of course, we don't have in hurry because we do not want to open tomorrow morning, of course. But the main things is to restore and to be sure that the community in the future can come inside. We can show to the school, we can show to the students how was worked the stone in the Renaissance period, and also to show to all the people that want to come the Berici Hills that are just behind here, to show the beauty of the environment and the use of the stone, and also how was the life in 15th, 16th century in our region. So I'm here also for you if you have any question.
Thank you, Francesco. If you want, if you have any kind of request, you can just write it in the chat, and then we will, Francesco is there. So if you need to have any kind of request, he's the one who is in charge basically of the restoration of this one. It's something hard, complicated, but we feel it's important to be done, as said. We'd like you, and this is the special of this webinar, to join us to this effort if you want and if you're happy to do that. So Marina, if you wanted to start the presentation, please, just like to show you how you can help us on this. Okay, so if you just want it. Basically, I don't know if you remember, we told you there is a website, it's villabarbaran.com, and you will receive anyway the email with the address. And we have decided that we want to give you a little bit of this villa also to you, asking against a small contribution. Of course, if you want to do that, and if you wanted to help us towards this great effort that we're doing. So basically, with a donation of $25, it's what we call a starter donation. You will receive an historical photo of the villa dated 1937 We will send you a photo directly to your address, and this photo is printed on photographic paper, and that's what you will get it. And of course, together with a thank you of all the people and all the local community. If you go on the next one, thank you. So for $100, you will contribute to restore the ancient orchard around the villa. The garden, as Francesco told you, is called Brolo and indicates the surrounding yard. The project involves the planting of typical trees very common in the past, but now forgotten, as quinces or mulberries. And every 3 to 5 months, you will get a photo of your trees to make sure that it's planted and it will follow up with its growth. Of course, once you will come and visit us, you will be free to harvest the fruits of that one. And we're happy to have you here, of course. Thank you. If you go to the next one. Okay, with that $350 of contribution, you can get an exclusive etching representing the villa. This print is limited in edition and printed manually with an old wood printing press. This represents the collaboration between Grassi Pietre and an ancient printing shop located here in Vicenza. And it's something really very Italian and very specific. With $700, you will receive a couple of etching with the two Vicenza's views. Once the printed copies are over, of course, the original printing plate cannot be used any longer. So it gives a particular and exclusivity to these pictures. And they're really, really nice, by the way. And that's the other one. That's the two details that we have. And of course, if if you arrive to $1,000, this one is a platinum level, and you get a small sculpture. This sculpture is handcrafted in Pietra di Vicenza in bianco avorio. The original design is conceived by Gian Domenico Sandri, which is a local artist specialized in natural stone, and he loves our stone, and it's really a small piece of Vicenza that you can bring home to you. And of course, if you want to go over $1,000, please email us and we will get in touch. Don't forget one thing. Of course, Grassi Pietre is the one that always funds these kind of things. So if you want to specify our stone and our project, we will welcome that, because at the end of the day, we are the one who are going on to this one. So feel free, if you remember that anytime that you use our stone, a part of it will go to that villa, and you will take part anyway, to this project. And that's a little bit what we wanted to tell you. I don't know if Francesco wants to tell you. There are some questions in the chat here also. Francesco, the word Mark is asking if the roof tiles are original.
The roof tiles?
Yeah.
Of course, everything here is original, except the roof beams that have been changed last years because the old one was destroyed. But some beams has been reused, so has been restored, cut in the middle. We put a stainless steel with epoxy resin. For some beams, they have been reused, but mainly the flooring are original. So all the tiles, the brick tiles that are on the second floor are original from probably not 15th century, but probably of 17th century, so a little later. Okay. Today I have a speech. I'm here to show you small rooms that I did not take in the video yesterday, because I want to show you something that happened during the restoration. For example, we made a restoration of a small part of house that are next to the street, and we suppose that this part of the villa was not so old, but of course under the fresco, under the mortar, we found this kind of stones. You can see the way that has been how it's worked. You can see the beauty, and also the way of the material that has been cut. And inside of these rooms, we found two small niches. So probably with old cociopesto. You can see the way that this has been done, and probably this represents the fact that also there was a small church inside of Villa Barbaran. So probably when this villa has been used like a lazzaretto, the priest make a small church with two saints, probably, where they come to make a mass. Okay, so this was unknown, and nobody knows that under the wall we have this small niche. But during the wall, when we was making the consolidation of the wall, we found these things. And of course, all Italy is a part of history. You know, everything that it is around Italy have something special. But for Nanto and for Vicenza, probably this is one of the oldest villa that must be restored nowadays. So we expected to have the opportunity to carry on this job and to make the villa opening soon. I will show you now. I will move to the fresco area, and I hope that the line allow me to show you some particular things and some detail of the frescoes.
It's really nice. Do you want to try to go inside, Francesco? Okay, so it's just moving over there. In the meanwhile, while he's moving, if you want, Marina, oh, sorry.
Yeah, I received just another question by Mr. Christopher Olsen, who is asking about the window and door frames, and if all is gonna be retained in the restoration.
I think so, but Francesco will reply you in a minute. In the meanwhile, while Francesco goes inside, do you want that we show in a minute, Marina, the website so that we can go back and show them what's the...
Sure. I'm gonna just share my screen again so you can have a look at the Villa Barbaran website. Maria Vittoria, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. So then we're gonna share with you also the website of the villa, that is villabarbaran.com. You can just connect to the website. Here you have the Italian version, but by clicking here, it switches to the English version. And over here, you already see a button for supporting, in order to support our project. Or you can go also here, just next to the video we showed you earlier. And here you have just the goals that we set ourselves in order to restore the beauty of this piece of heritage, and the different options to support our project, just like Maria Vittoria showed you before. You just need to input your name and your email and select the kind of contribution you would like to make to our project. And by clicking donate, I'm just gonna show you. You select, for example, eco-friendly, and then donate, and the page automatically redirects to PayPal, so you can donate if you have an account, or just donate as a non-registered account. So if you'd like, if you have the opportunity, and if you are interested in helping us to restore Villa Barbaran, please go to villabarbaran.com, and you're going to have the possibility to receive the beautiful pieces we showed you earlier, like the sculpture and the etchings and the pictures, or the trees.
We always need help for this one, but we think it's really a fantastic opportunity. It's not of every day to enter on a villa like that. It's really special. And again, since COVID hopefully is going to be over in a few months, next time that you come in Italy, feel welcome to call us, come here and see the situation. We are happy to get also, you know, information from you, what you think, what you feel, what your ideas are, because every single person has a different point of view, and we'd like you also to see the, you know, we want to see what the situation is, and what do you think about that? You will see something which is special. You don't find it for sure every day. I can reply to a question that I see from Bianca. Funds are in US dollar. Actually, to avoid any problem, we will have a person in the US, which is Giacomo, which is, sorry, Valentini, and there's his account, so you won't have any kind of surprise, and we have a very strict connection with him, so no problem. So typically, if your credit card is in US dollar, you can put it out in US dollar. That's not a problem. Can we see if Francesco is back? Might be, so we can try to reply. Francesco, are you here?
Can I say
yes.
2 words?
Yeah. I'm here. I'm here. I'm taking the video of the old, probably Barbaran of the villa. You can see the picture. It's like a shoulder. So here you can see the detail of the fresco. I don't know if you heard me or if you see the picture very well. Okay. Now I want to move, and I will show you another room. I hope that the connection allows me to do it.
That's nice.
Here is
No, it's done.
the word written on the stone. Ed il suo error quando no val si pente. It's a word written by Petrarca, the famous poet.
Francesco, the audio is very bad.
Okay.
Francesco? Okay. Francesco, if you can go to the position where you were, because there was a request from a person.
Yeah.
They were asking if the okay, now it's better. They were asking if the stone of the arches and the windows and door frames are structurally sound.
Yeah. All the stone is massive. Okay, so you can see all the columns in one piece, and also the arches are structural. So there is no steel, very few, only some small beams on the connection.
Francesco, I don't know what you're doing, but the audio is really double there, so it's very bad. So he was just saying, I don't know if you understood that everything is structural over there, also because we are talking about do you hear me well, or? Yeah. Okay, everything is structural, and yes, it's still sound, and it's all done, you know, the old time. At the time, there was no basically, they were just really working on stone like a massive. Oh.
Yes. Can you hear me better now?
No, it's terrible. No. It's terrible. I don't know what's happening over there. I think you have a voice coming back. Carol, thank you. I see that said that you want to support us, our villa. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Francesco, this is something that you really have to reply somehow. Agatha is asking, do you have a problem with the foundation of the villa and the moisture in some part of the basement or ground floor? Francesco?
Yes.
Or Jack?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
now it's better. Now it's much better.
Yes, of course, there is moisture because the basement of all the walls are just laid maybe half a meter, 1 meter maximum below the ground. so there is no isolation of the stones. Of course, especially during the winter, when there is mud, when there is fog, when there is a lot of rain, all the walls are full of water, of course, and so it takes a lot of humidity on the walls. So, for example, in the rooms that we already restored, we made a special, we can say, flooring, a special job with a ventilated basement. So we put a sort of igloo, plastic igloo, with a small layer of concrete above it. So there is the air that can pass through the basement, through the foundation of the house, and the fresh air take off the humidity. So one of the idea to restore the inside of the villa is to do again that job for all the rooms. But as a first step, we take off from the inside of the house approximately half a meter of sand and earth that there is, and we just put good gravel, okay, to dry a little all the walls and to let them slowly to take off all the water that they take in a lot of years.
Thank you, Francesco. Another question. Christopher is asking back about the arches because we didn't hear so well the reply. He was saying, I was questioning the arches especially as they are currently braced with the temporary infill support, terracotta blocks. So it was just listen.
Because when my father bought the house in 1980, he supposed that all the arches have issue, especially for earthquake. So if occurred an earthquake, probably without the brick walls, all the arches will have fell down and will ruin all the wall, all the upper floor. No, of course, the main facade will be destroyed. So he decided suddenly to make this brick wall as a layer to support the arches before the structural job that we need to do. And the project made by the architect Pietra Barbara, we decided for the future to put a special stainless steel beams, like a Neville beams, like they did in Venice for La Fenice theater. So in the upper floor, we are going to make a special structural beams that support the roof and also will support a part of the weight of the arches. So after this consolidation, we can take off all the brick walls. After, of course, the consolidation of the basement and the stone, etc., we will be able to take off all the brick walls. So you will have again the beauty for the arch looking to the sun. Okay, I want to show you another special decision that we take in one part of the villa. Here we have some small house, we can say, no, because all the Venetian villa was not only a residential for the noblemen, but in the past there was also house for the farmer and also place for people that work on the field and the countryside. So we decided not to restore completely, you know, and not to do again the roof in this small house, and we decided to restore them as an old house. So we decided to restore. We will restore all this old wall like it is. So it will remain with no roof, no open air, like if it will be a sort of we called rudere. I don't know the word in English. We can say like an old house that remain unfinished. No, so this house will remain like ethnographic culture. So to see the old way of building, the old way of living in the countryside without restore completely. Instead, all the main villa will be restored completely and properly. I cannot hear, Mari.
Thank you, Francesco. And it's a big project. We want you, I mean, as much as possible to be part of it. We will keep you informed about that. Giorgio, I'm sorry, before you were telling something and then Francesco entered, so if you want to go back and tell...
No big deal. I mean, I just want to sort of explain sort of the experience and how relatively easy it is also to come to Italy if it wasn't for the jet lag that I need to fight with the 3 coffee at the time. Yeah, I mean, Italy is enjoyable, it's nice, accessible. Yeah, we need to wear a mask when we are in public, which is a little bit of a pain. But other than that, flights are free, highway, there's no traffic, and other than that, it's pretty beautiful. I've been here already multiple times, and I never really had the opportunity to visit the sightseeing, but just driving and watching the video, I can say that for what I saw, the video doesn't do enough justice to the landscape. So tomorrow I'm going to stay over here. I'm going to enjoy a little bit. Besides talking a little bit of business, I'm going to enjoy it a little bit more, because otherwise I'm always here, you know, driving on the highway, getting here and driving back. And yeah, I mean, it's possible for the Americans. There's a lot of misunderstanding, but it's possible for Americans to come over here for 5 days with no need of quarantine if you're coming on business. I gotta tell you that the showroom is magnificent. I think it will be worth in just a few minutes walk around here and explaining just you guys did for the villa. I mean, I went to the bathroom before we started and showing how you guys did the bathroom over here with such a modern design, because we keep on explaining, you know, the historical part, and everybody thinks the stone, I mean, we sometimes might give the impression that stone is only for historical restoration, but it's actually, your bathroom is spectacular, very modern, you know, the kind of boutique hotel that you see sometimes in the metropolitan US cities or London or whatever. So that was just my 2 cents. Other than that, I'm enjoying the show for once. It's going to be intimidating.
Sometimes it makes also sense to be just a spectator. It's easy. Steve, Francesco, are you still there? Francesco?
Yes, I'm here. So, I'm inside of the villa.
A pair of question. A few people say, David, thank you. A really wonderful project. Thanks for sharing. That you take your time to be here, of course. And there's one question. When did we acquire the villa? Did you remember that? Was 19 something?
When? Sorry, can you repeat?
When did we get the villa?
1981.
1981. Okay. And how long do you estimate the project to be completed? Do you have an estimate date? It's difficult.
Minimum, I think, we are going to make 2 steps. Okay, so first step is to be able to take people inside the villa to see the stone, to see without risk, without crane, without main contractor. So we want to, without scaffolding. So this will be the first step, and probably this first step will be in 6 months' time, okay? But still will remain the brick wall for the arches. Instead, after, when we have gained the fund to do the second step, we will do the big job under the roof to support the cornice and to demolish the brick wall. And this, I think, will take more or less 1 year. So, frankly speaking, I think it will take more or less 2 years to be able to finish the project, okay? But probably at the end, we will need a third step to finish all plumber's job, electric job inside. So something that will not necessary from the first time to use the villa, but will be necessary if you want to make, for example, a big reunion of architects, if you want to make a wedding or something like that. So probably we will work with 2 or 3 steps. The first one, we can say 6 months, cleaning, okay, and taking off the main, we can say, safe problem. Second step, another year for the arches and the cornice, and probably another 6 months for plumbers, electricity, etc., etc.
Thank you, Francesco. So thanks. I mean, it's a big project, and we are under that, and we will follow up with that one. We will keep you updated. That's something that we'd like to do because I think it's important. And thanks for being part of our group and for being informed about that one. Here we have Giacomo also. Francesco, do you want to go a little bit back now? Giacomo, and it's just saying hello. Thank you. Giacomo is the person who has always worked with us. And come here whenever you can, and feel free to inquire about that. And we just hope that you keep up using natural stone and our stone, because that's the way that we have to, to fund this kind of project. And that's part of what we feel it's important also for the future. Giorgio, if you want to tell 2 words, otherwise, we're happy to have you here.
Thank you. Not much else to say. Very pleased, very excited to see here. We'll have probably more to share after I'm, visiting more of this. So tomorrow is my day here. Now I'm done.
Okay.
Jet lag, sorry.
So thank you to everybody. Thank you for your time. And as always, you will get an email from us with a link to the registration. Thanks for sharing. I'm really happy to have you here again, and keep reading our email. We will update you about this project.